And for a closer look at what is behind that disappointing consumer confidence data, we're joined by Bart Van Ark, the chief global economist at the Conference Board, the private research group that publishes the report. Bart, thanks for joining us again tonight.
You're welcome. Nice to be here.
Bart, taxes, taxes, taxes. That payroll tax increase enforced by the Obama administration hitting consumer confidence. What will be the impact of this?
Well, what we have seen is that this is the second month that we see a significant decline in consumer confidence. We first had a decline in December because of the worries about the fiscal cliff debate in Washington, and now it has happened, and now people see their paychecks, and that doesn't look very good either. So we basically, in 2 months' time, wiped out all the gains that we had over 2012, and now that doesn't, of course, make consumers very happy right now.
So how is that going to impact the overall economic growth for this first quarter, at least until consumers get used to this, if they will?
Yeah, so consumers will have to get used to it. That may take a little while. I mean, it's usually, it can be 2 or 3 months before we see the consumer recovering from this. We have a comparison case here, which was the debt debate that we had back in August 2011. Then we saw a big decline. It then took about 3 months to come back. That might happen again. But a lot, of course, is now going to depend on what's going to happen next month in the whole next debate that we're going to have in Washington. Will consumers feel confident that we're getting somewhere, or will it again feel like it's very messy?
So the debt ceiling also seriously impacting the consumer confidence. What other factors at play here?
Well, I think the consumers remain very concerned, most, of course, about income and about the job market. So this month, we definitely saw that income, because they saw their paycheck, had a big impact. But the other part is the job market. And really, we don't see that consumers are very confident about the job market. On average, they're basically saying we don't think it's going to improve much. That may not worsen a lot, but I think these job gains that we have seen in the past few months, and we'll see a number later this week coming out, may be not much higher than 150,000 a month, and that's not a lot.
Well, as you say, the job market, the jobs hard to get index rose for the first time since September, and the jobs plentiful index dropped as well. But why this concern if the unemployment rate hasn't really changed, still at 7.8%?
Yeah, so the unemployment rate remains very high, and sometimes it comes down simply because of the labor force participation rate. People are just coming back into the labor force, and that takes the number down. But I think the job number is going to be very important. Now, tomorrow, also we get, of course, a GDP number, so we'll learn something about quarter 4, and again, that may not look very pretty, because in quarter 4 we probably see a big runoff on inventories. So that bad GDP number, together with a not so great employment number, may keep consumers in a relatively negative mood for quite a while.
Now, one of the bright spots in the economy has been what appears to be a slight recovery in the housing market. Can we rely on this to keep consumer confidence bolstered?
No, we cannot rely on it because the housing market really is too small for that as a whole, but it is absolutely true that is the significantly positive number over the past years. Now, even though we see the house prices going up today, that's what the number that was just discussed earlier on the program, we actually see that the intentions of people to buy homes has been relatively flat over the past month, but over the year it is showing a reasonably good improvement. So it will help to boost consumption, but the housing market in itself will not be enough to do it. But it's a good starter.
Okay, thank you so much, Bart Van Ark, Chief Global Economist at the Conference Board.